Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Monday Live with Manuela. My name is Manuela Seiberth and I'm the CEO and founder of Aspire Immigration Australia. Every Monday afternoon I am holding a live. Welcome. Just waiting for people to join. We are immigration lawyers, migration agents and education agents, and we can assist with visa and immigration matters. We work with individuals as well as with businesses. So if you are a business owner, then please contact us because we can help you with finding talent overseas as well as onshore migrant workers, as well as help you with the whole process. Yeah. And if you are an individual, then please also contact us for help. All right. So these sessions on a Monday afternoon, they are free. Yeah. So that is my giving back to the community, giving back to migrants, because I'm a migrant myself. So this is why I do what I do. I migrated to Australia 12 years ago from Germany, and it was the best decision in my life. And I have dual citizenship, so Germany and Australian citizenship. Wonderful. So we've got a few people who have joined us. Now, as you can see in the title, today's winning topic is how to get high scores in IELTS and PTE. Okay. So as you join us, please give me a love heart, a like, just so I can see that there's some movement and Facebook sees it and the algorithm and other people see it. And so other people can join the party, the Monday afternoon party. Yes, love hearts are flying in, wonderful. So you can also do that on Instagram and as well as on LinkedIn. Yeah, so as always, we will be providing the recording on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So that is also where you find all other recordings from all the Monday Lives that I've been running for the past 9 months. Okay, so there's a whole library of Monday Live subjects and topics, as well as other videos. Okay, so I really recommend to join our YouTube channel. And my assistant will put the link in there in the chat. If not now, then after the live, okay? But pretty sure you can also find us if you type in Aspire Immigration Australia in the YouTube search bar. You should be able to find us. Otherwise, send us a message, yeah? Send us a DM, a direct message or private message, and we will send you the link in a private message. Okay, so, checking that you can hear and see me. So please leave me a yes in the comment box so you can see me and you can hear me. That is very important, especially that you can hear me. Yeah. So if you can just let me know. The link for the YouTube channel is now on our Facebook chat, and we will put the link on the other platforms later on. So can I just get a yes if you can hear and see me? Perfect. So Facebook is saying yes. What about Instagram and what about LinkedIn? Okay, so risking that maybe Instagram and LinkedIn may not hear me. Yes, perfect. Instagram also can hear me. Still no news on LinkedIn, but that's fine. Let's just assume that everyone can hear and see me. Yeah, as I said, so introduction as usual. When you join the live, and also if you're watching the recording, I really would much appreciate if you give me a love heart. Yeah, that'd be really amazing, because I'm giving you my time and my knowledge for free. So it would be really amazing if you could give me a love heart for the information that you're receiving and the value. And of course, feel free to comment, feel free to share. So how it works is, if you have questions relating to the topic, then please put them in the comments, all right? And then I will go through the comments, well, either in between or after. It all depends how it's flowing, okay? I have a feeling that may be a topic where I can take questions in between, but please make sure that it's relevant to the topic. So today we're talking about English tests, in particular IELTS and PTE. If you want to let me know where you're from, it's always nice to see who is joining us, who is listening, and where you're from and where you're located. Yeah, so are you in Australia? Are you overseas? Are you in Europe? Are you in Asia? Are you in Africa? You can be more specific. You can let me know the country and also the town or the city. Also, so definitely recommend to like or subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also recommend to join our free Facebook group. Because, as you may remember, until last week, we had a competition where you could win a free consultation with me valued $500. And we did have a lucky winner. Her name is Daniela, and she won a free consultation with me. So we're currently organizing the appointment because she's overseas. She's in Serbia. Do we have anyone else from Serbia or nearby? We've got someone from Iran on Instagram. Anyone from Serbia or other Eastern European countries, or Europe for that matter? I have not been to Serbia. That is on my list. Yeah, anyways, so we had the competition winner. And there will be many, many more competitions and prizes in the Facebook group. So on Facebook, on the Facebook Live, which is right here in front of me, we're posting the link to join our free Facebook group. We can also put that onto Instagram and LinkedIn a little bit later. And if you're watching the recording and you just can't find it, just send us a message, a DM, and then we send you the direct link in a message, okay? Someone asked, how about age limitation? So age limitation is a different topic. Today we're talking about English tests, okay? So if I have time, I try and keep these lives to 30 minutes max, all right? So 30 minutes. If I have time at the end, I'm happy to answer other questions, but let's see how we go, okay? Today we're talking about English. Great. And I also have 2 announcements. I already did the one announcement about the competition winner, Daniela. And also, remember, I think I told you already last week that we are starting a new series called Successful Migrants. And this is where I have someone else with me. So not just me, but another person. So we're trying to do this once a month. We're starting next week. So next week there's no voting, but next week I will introduce you someone who has done it. So I can already let you know a few details. So the migrant is from Brazil. Do we have anyone from Brazil in the audience today? Also, when you watch the recording, if you're from Brazil, let me know in the comments. Yeah, so my first guest as a successful migrant is from Brazil, and she's now in Australia, and she has now got dual citizenship. She just recently, a couple of months ago, got her citizenship in Australia, and she's very successful with everything she does, and I think I keep it at that. So to keep the mystery a little bit, she will tell you all about herself and how she did it. So we will explain exactly how she did it, how she started her journey to come to Australia from Brazil, and then step by step by step, how she reached citizenship in Australia. All right? So this is really to inspire you and to show you it can be done. So I'm an example, it can be done really fast. So I did my, first visa until citizenship within less than 5 years. And so I'm a migrant from Germany, and I'm trying to get migrants from, all across the globe, from different countries, because our clients, they are from all around the world. Sometimes people think I'm, mainly dealing with clients from Germany or clients from Europe. No, we do have German clients, we do have European clients, but we also have clients from all the other parts of the world, literally all the other parts. Yeah. Great. Okay. So let's get started with the topic. I may have a big sip of water. So someone on Instagram is asking for our contact number. So Farhad, how you can contact us is via our website. So go to auspireimmigration.com.au, and that's where you see all of our contact details, okay? And that is also where you can book a consultation. So what you also can do, Farhad, you can just send us a DM, a message on Instagram, and then we just send you the link, okay? And then you see everything. Okay, I'm going to have a sip of water and then we start. Have your questions ready. All right, so the two most popular English tests are IELTS and PTE. So IELTS is the International English Language Testing System, IELTS, and we just call it IELTS. Yeah, and the other one is the PTE, Pearson Test of English. So that's the two major ones. Now there is other English tests, there's Cambridge, there's TOEFL, but I just picked the two most popular ones, all right? And in particular, actually, IELTS is the most accessed one, and the most used one. And also whenever the Department of Home Affairs, states requirements and so on, they usually state that in IELTS points, in IELTS scores. So there's a question already, which one is more easy? Okay, well, I get asked the question quite a bit. So I did sit the IELTS test, yeah? Because at the time I was in Darwin, Northern Territory, and unfortunately at the time there was no other tests available. So I didn't really have the option unless I would have, gone interstate. But yeah, at the time I had only the option to sit the IELTS test. So I know the IELTS test really, really well from a personal experience. And to answer the question, which one is more easy or easier, I have received feedback from clients who have sat both IELTS and PTE, because you can sit an English test as many times as you wish. All right. So if you don't get the required scores that you need, you can just do it again. Yes. So Farhad, correct. So Farhad is writing on Instagram. People believe that PTE is more easy. That is also what I heard. Okay. Now I'm not saying do the PTE because it's easier. I think it's really personal preference. And yes, so I have heard from clients who have done both that PTE is supposed to be, or many people find PTE easier than IELTS. Yeah. PTE has a different scoring system. And also with PTE, so in general, so there's 4 parts. Okay. You've got reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Yeah, these 4. With the IELTS test, you also have the differentiation between general and academic. Now that's why it's so important to know exactly what visa are you applying for, what is the best visa for you, and what are the requirements, including what are the English requirements. Do you need IELTS, academic, general? Can you sit a PTE? Can you sit any other tests? What tests are available in your home country, or wherever you are? Like I said earlier, I was in Darwin at the time and there was only IELTS available. However, by now there is other tests available in Darwin. Definitely IELTS and definitely PTE. Okay, I'm just going to continue. Fahad, I'll keep your question in mind and I'll answer it as I go, okay? So make sure that you know, because you wouldn't need to sit an academic IELTS test, which is more difficult, if you don't need it. Why make it harder if you can have it easier? Yeah. So if a IELTS general is sufficient for your visa application, then just do that. Because the academic IELTS test is harder. Yeah, so the writing part is harder, which is, so the writing as well as the, which one is that? The writing and the reading, exactly. So writing and reading, they are very different, academic versus general. Let me know in the comments who is about to sit an English test. And also let me know which one. Yeah, which one are you sitting? Are you sitting the IELTS test or are you sitting the PTE? And let me know what points do you need. Because again, subject to the visa, you need points, as in you need certain scores. So for example, if it's a skilled visa, subclass 189, subclass 190, subclass 491, you need competent English, which is in IELTS term a 6.0. At least. The higher points, the higher scores you have, the more points you get. Okay, Fahad, you're saying 7 is important. Okay. A 7 is manageable, yeah, but a 7 is already obviously a little bit more effort than a 6. All right, but yes, correct. So for certain occupations, nurses, for example, teachers, they need, social workers, they need higher English scores because you're working directly with people. Communication is really, really, really important. So it's important that you know English and that you can communicate in English. So yeah, there's a general question about how much IELTS score requirement for Australian visa. So that's what I just said. Randava on Instagram. It depends on the visa. A skilled visa, you need at least 6 in IELTS, unless, of course, if you are an English native speaker and if you hold a passport from, say, US, Canada, Great Britain, then you are actually exempt. And if you also had school education in an English-speaking country, then you are also exempt. But we're not talking about that today, okay? I want to focus on the 2 English tests, so IELTS and PTE. Now, how to get high scores? Well, the most important thing is that you practice. Practice is the key. I can tell you that from my own experience. So when I sat the IELTS test, my English was already quite good. And I still practiced every day. Yeah? So, how to practice? Well, so the reading part, you practice reading articles. Okay, so you can read the newspaper, you can read online articles, and make sure that you have a range of different topics that you're reading. And with the reading part, it is important that you speed up your reading speed, that you get faster in reading, because these English tests, they work with timing. So you can't be slow. You can't be a slow reader. You can't be a slow writer. You can't be slow. It's got to be, you got to be fast. So that's why practice is also really, really important, because the more you practice, the faster you get. Okay, so that's reading. Writing, same thing. You need to write an essay, okay, a proper essay. Now, I'm not sure how often you write essays in your daily life, like if you're in school, at university, at your job. I was quite used to write essays because, I have several university degrees. I write essays and reports in my work. So I was quite used to writing. But writing under time pressure, and also when okay, this really counts. I really need certain points. I needed a 7 at the time, 7 in IELTS test. So I felt a lot of pressure to really get these points, okay? Now, how you prepare for it is just really practice writing essays, yeah? Listening. Now, this is super important because with the listening, so you hear audios with different accents, because English is spoken in different accents. So there's the British English, and even within the British English, there's different accents. It depends if you're from the south or north or west or east. So there's different, how do you say, how people pronounce certain words, for example, okay? So it's very important. Different accents. Then they will ask you questions related to that, what you just heard. So you need to be used to listening, okay? Not reading or seeing something on a screen. It's just auditory. It's just through what you hear through your ears, yeah? And nowadays I find people are a lot on their phones. So you used to have a screen, you used to have subtitles. So you really need to train your auditory to improve. So, and the final thing is speaking. Now, how can you improve speaking? Well, again, by practicing, okay? So I remember when I first learned English, because English is not my mother language, even though I'm now fluent. However, my mother language is German, and I learned English like most of you, okay? And so I learned English in school, and we did grammar, we did vocabulary, and so on and so on. But obviously outside of school, I didn't speak English, I spoke German. So I found that speaking is actually the hardest part, because that's where you combine everything. That's where you combine the vocabulary, the pronunciation, the grammar, everything. And I remember in the beginning, it was so hard. It was so hard to coordinate everything in my brain. And in the beginning also, I was translating from English to German. Sorry, the other way around, from German to English. And that is completely normal. Yeah, that is completely normal when you start learning a language. And especially if you're not fluent, then usually you translate. Your brain is translating. So for me now, because I've been in Australia for so long, I'm not translating anymore. My brain is now thinking in English, which is incredible. And I'm so grateful for this experience, that I get to experience thinking and dreaming in different languages. Yeah, so I dream and speak in English as well as German. More English actually than German, because that's just now my daily life, happens in English. But that is definitely, that is an amazing skill. So we spoke about reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So when you firstly, you can start preparing for these tests now without having signed up, without having booked an appointment for an English test. Because once you do book your appointment, you also get free material from the test provider. Okay, so you get access to dummy tests and so on. However, there is so much material available on the internet. Yeah. So much material available. So, for example, speaking. Yeah. Speaking is great to look up on YouTube. So, YouTube is the second biggest search engine. So if you type in, IELTS speaking or PTE speaking, and then you get examples. Yeah. And what I found really strange was the type of questions they ask you in the speaking part. And it is all about, do not get confused by the type of questions they ask. And if you don't know the answer or don't remember, they may ask you something. I think my question was something about a present that I gave to someone, and I don't know. And I just did not have an example in my memory, and I was nervous, so I couldn't, my brain wasn't functioning properly and quickly. So, well, it kind of did, because I just made something up. So it's not about what you say, it is about how you say it. They look at your pronunciation, your grammar, and also, of course, if it makes sense. Yeah, if they ask you a question and you kind of miss the topic, if they ask you about Christmas and you talk about Easter, that gives you less points. All right, so it needs to make sense, but mainly it's about how you pronounce things, the grammar, and how you express yourself verbally. All right. So I recommend watching YouTube videos and practice speaking. So what I did, and that is now a few years ago, but I just met with people, and that is obviously before COVID, where you could just easily meet up with people. But we were like a group of international people, and then you could team up. Yeah. And there's also now a lot of online meetups where you can just practice your language skills. So there's different meetups. Obviously, I suggest for this one, you look up an English speaking meetup. Yeah. Great. So this is something, for example, if you are in our Facebook group, that is where you can, for example, look for someone to practice English with. Yeah, it's always nicer to buddy up with someone, to do it together, or maybe even a little group. So on our Facebook group, so we're very strict with who we let in. Yeah, so that's why we're asking you questions, and it's so important that you answer all the questions so that we can let you into the group, and also provide us with an email address, because that way we can ensure that you're not a robot and not someone who is going to spam the group and the group members. But once you're in, you're then more than welcome to also put up posts. Yeah. So if you want to look for an English study buddy, or maybe even, someone you can practice speaking with or practice writing with or reading or listening, more than welcome. Be my guest and post in the Facebook group that you're looking for someone, and then, you can work it out together and practice together. Okay, maybe it's time for some questions. So on Facebook, someone is asking about the agricultural visa. So like I said, questions, so priority questions, and the questions that I answer first are about the topic. And the topic today is English language tests, IELTS and PTE. So we're not talking about the agricultural visa. I did talk about the visa, agriculture visa, maybe 3 weeks ago. So on Quafu, I'm not sure if I say your name correctly, you can go to our YouTube channel, and that is where you can find the video about the agricultural visa. Okay, so that's that. And I'm just going to get some water. Oh, I just got a really sweet compliment on LinkedIn. On Instagram, I mean. I'm going to read that out because it's always nice to hear nice things, right? So Randawa is saying, your guiding method is external amazing astonishing as well as mesmerizing. Isn't that a sweet compliment? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And I love what I do. I really, really love what I do, and I love sharing my knowledge. And I love being here every Monday afternoon with you all. And I know some of you watch me later, but I also know that there is a lot of loyal fans, if I may say so, who really watch most of my lives, and yeah, really appreciate that. And that is why I do it. Okay, because we do have an audience, and I know that people really appreciate these lives. And yeah, so you're more than welcome. Excellent. Okay, so Fahad is looking for a partner to improve the speaking. Yeah, Fahad, join our Facebook group and look for a partner, or for group. Maybe group up as a team. So Randawa, ma'am, I got overall 6, but not each 6. Please tell me, ma'am, getting an Australian study visa possible for me or not? Yeah, student visa is possible under 6. However, it depends what you study. Yeah, so if you want to study, for example, nursing, the requirements are different. How do you help us in order to get a good mark as well as practice? Well, so I'm trying to really, share all my tips here, and I encourage you to practice. I'm not going to practice with you because I'm a migration agent, and also, I run a company. Actually, in fact, I run a few businesses. So I'm really, really busy. I would love to help you and practice with you, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. What I do is I do Monday lives. I run a few businesses. You can book me for a consultation. Yeah, so you can, because I lead a legal team, so you can either speak with myself or with one of my team members to get immigration advice. So that's what I do. But yeah, practice in English. One tip. So firstly, you can practice with your peers. Yeah, so with other migrants, and if you have the financial means, then you can also invest into a tutor. Okay. So a tutor is someone who is qualified and skilled in teaching other people how to prepare for these English tests. Yeah, so they are out there, and I know a few clients use them because they needed to get certain points, and that's how they did it, and they were very successful. They came from a 6 up to an 8, and to that, it sounds like 2 points, but for IELTS and PTE, it's really significant to get from a 6 to an 8. That's really, really, really amazing. So Randava is asking how much I got in my IELTS exam. So got an overall of 8.5. So yeah, so I had, I think my lowest was an 8. Yeah. So I had 8s and 9s. I was pretty pleased, but I was also very, very nervous. I tell you that. It was a very long day. So I did everything on one day, and it was hectic. Yeah. I remember I was in Darwin at Charles Darwin University in this really, really, really big hall, and there was a few hundred people in there, and you could when you in exams, like, you can smell the anxiety in the air. Yeah, because there was people in there, they were sitting this test over and over again to get their points. For me, it was my first time, and luckily I got my points the first time. And yeah, I'm really grateful that I didn't have to sit this test again. And yeah, so that was definitely once in a lifetime experience. But I'm glad that I had this experience, because now I can share it with you, okay? And I can share it with my clients, because I know that many clients, they are nervous. Yeah, they're nervous around the English test, because you can't get a certain visa if you don't get the English requirements. Having said that, That's why it is so important to know what visa you are eligible for, because there's other visas. If you can't get a 6, for example, if you can't get competent English, then maybe choose a different visa which has either a lower English score or no English requirements at all. And there is visas out there that do not have English language requirements. Okay, so this is where it's important to know what visa is best for you. If you know you struggle with English and you've always, tried hard to improve it, and for some reason it's just not improving and you're not getting the points, then maybe it's time to change strategies. All right, and this is where it comes into, play, where you can book a consultation with me and my team, and where we can do an assessment of your visa options. All right, so this is what we do in a paid consultation. So you need to book a paid consultation to get that that assessment and our advice. Okay, please put your comments in the your questions in the comment box, and I'm just going through questions now. I'm aware we've already reached 36 minutes. I just want to make sure, because I do appreciate everyone who is on the live, so I don't want to leave anyone's questions unanswered if they are relating to the topic. Okay, so that's really important. Got to be topic related. I think I've already answered everything on Instagram. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Okay, so all questions are answered on Instagram. Now I'm just going over to Facebook. I think all questions are answered on Facebook. There wasn't actually many. All right, and there is no questions on LinkedIn. So, just a reminder, join our free Facebook group, because there's, your opportunity to, hang out with me, hang out with my team, connect with other migrants who are part of the group. So the Facebook group is really, to create a community. So this is really where you can find a study buddy for your English test. This is where you can, find even more free information. This is also where we run more competitions and more prizes to win. And so it doesn't cost you a thing. It's free to join. Just make sure that you answer all the questions. That's really, really important. And what else do I want to say? Also subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that way you will also see all our free videos. Mainly it's videos with me. So I hope you like my videos. And so there's all the videos about the money lives. There's also other videos about, for example, the agricultural visa. And if there's no other questions, I would go and do some more work. And I'll see you again next Monday with my special guest from Brazil. So she is my first guest on the Successful Migrants show. May I call it that? And I'm super excited for it, and I hope I see you there. Have a great week. Much love. Goodbye.